Welcome back, everybody, to the training on the 5-link select system. Now we're going to get to the events section. The events is a very powerful section, so it's going to take a little longer, but I think it's going to be well worth it. So with events, let me tap on it. As you heard before, with the event section, one of the goals of the event section is to not only empower you to set up your own events and invite people to it, but also allow you to opt into other events that are in the system that other people put in it, so you guys can cross-invite to other corporate events as well as other upline, downline events that might be in your area. So you have very, very powerful attendance to all of your events by doing this, okay? So we got the month view, and then we have the list view. This is the list view. You can see that people are already in here doing that, okay? So let's first go over how you go about adding events. So again, you have a calendar. So what you see is in November, wherever you see a dot, that means there are events going on in that time frame, okay? And so when you go back to list view, you can now see these events on those exact dates, okay? So that's kind of how a basic setup of list view and monthly view, okay? Then you can add events. You can add an event by hitting the add event. And what you want to do is you want to put in a title, okay, and I'm going to put in test event. Okay, done. You want to schedule the date and time, so you might want to put it out on Thursday the 3rd at 7 p.m. Classic time for an event, East Coast right now. Done. Detail, business presentation, and that's going to be with John Jones. Okay, so we're going to be lucky to have John Jones in there. Okay, done. I'm going to go back and call this title as business meeting. I'm going to have to delete this, though, after because it's not really there. Okay, maybe I need to learn how to spell, right, everybody? Okay, here we go. I am normal. Okay, so we got the title, we got the date, the time. These are the times. Agreed to meet at Starbucks or house for a quick event. It's just you and them. You don't want to have to put an address in. You both know where the local Starbucks is, or you know where the local their house is or your house is, so you don't have to put it in. So quick event is there to where you don't have to put in an address, and it's not only do you not have to put in an address, but it's not going to give you mapping and things like that. But in this case, this is an event that I want mapping. This is a hotel meeting in the local area. So I'm going to put in an address, okay? Okay, and you can see how this works. So I'm just going to put it in. Okay. I got to get a better spelling there. That's why I love typing on phones. Okay, and this is over here in Orange Park, Florida, down here. Okay, you guys? We're going to zap it on the Florida line here. Yep. I'm going to go ahead and put in the zip code, 32003. Let's get it back here. Okay, my telephone number. Okay, you guys, save. Look at that. Just like that, I have set up a meeting, and it automatically knows that if you're doing a meeting, you probably want to invite somebody. So I'm going to say yes, okay, and I'm going to go ahead and go back to my current prospects because most likely people I'm inviting to my meeting are people, right, who I've been prospecting all along. So I'm going to go ahead and invite this guy, and this guy. I'm going to hit invite, okay, and just like that, it goes out to these names, okay, and all these messages have just gone out to everybody, and they've invited. If I want to, I can go back in, okay, to the meeting. You notice that? So my meetings are going to be in red. Other people's meetings are in the darker text, right? So that way I can always find my meetings pretty quick. So I'm going to go to my meeting. I forgot to invite somebody. I'm going to go back. I'm going to go to current prospects, and I want to invite this person right here. Okay, I'm going to send that out by text. Yeah, and I don't need a reminder for that. So there you go, invited to an event. Okay, and there we go. Boom. So that went out. In addition, I want to make sure my map is correct. So I'm going to show the map, and that's going to take me out. And yep, that's exactly where it needs to be. It's at my location. I'm going to go back. So I'm happy about that. Look at this, event confirmation business meeting. Who is this? Look at this. This confirmation, boom, boom, boom. Yep, it confirms I got my event in the system. I'm happy about that. I've checked out my mapping. It looks good. I've invited a bunch of people. No problem. In addition, I've made it public. Okay, when I did my event, I made it public, which means it can be seen by everybody within 50 miles. I didn't bother making it global, which is outside 50 miles, but if I want to, I can. I can go back into edit. Okay, I can change anything I want. You know what I mean? Oh, wait a minute. This isn't a hotel meeting. This is at my house. Okay. Yeah, I want this baby global. Yes. I want everybody to see it. I don't care if they're 50. I got people coming because it's going to be Mr. John Jones. It's going to be 200 miles away. They're showing up, right? So I've got it. I'm going to hit save. Just like that. New event's been modified. Everybody's been invited is going to see the modification. They're going to get an email. Okay, beautiful. Okay, so I'm all good. I'm going to go back, and everything's good. So here we go. Now, here's the best part about this. If you guys remember, if you want to search for leaders' meetings, meetings where a leader is going to be at, you can search by keyword. Everything that's in the title and the detail of the event that I put in is searchable. If you remember, I had Mr. John Jones in there, so I'm going to put Jones in here, okay? And I'm going to search for how many meetings have Jones in it. There it is. I tap on it. Yep, that's because it was in the detail of the title, and here it was in the detail. Excellent. So that's how you can go and use the search feature, okay, to go ahead and find people. In addition, you can filter meetings or look for meetings by zip code. So let's say you want to look for meetings outside your zip code. Okay, you could put in your zip code. You can put in your zip code, okay, and then I'm going to go at a distance of, let's say, 1,000 miles, okay, and look at all these events. I found a couple extra events that are in the system that were not global. They're public but not global, but I found them because I searched for them, right? So there's one. I tap on that meeting and check event. That's a quick event. That's cool. Here's a meeting. Here's a regional meeting. Let's check that out. Look at this. I like that. You know what? I think I want to invite somebody to that meeting right there. Now, this meeting should have a better title, better detail. It could be a training, okay? It's got an address in there. I want to invite somebody to it. So just like that, I can do that. I can go to current prospect, and just like that, I can invite this person because I know they're in that area. Invite. Boom. By text. No reminder needed. There it is. Boom. So just like that, I can invite somebody else to somebody, anybody I want in my address book or in my contacts, right? I can invite them to somebody else's meeting. And that's a fantastic way to cross-promote for events, okay? So I wanted to do that. I wanted to see a couple other things. You can see I've got a nice map of where that meeting is. So I know it's in Georgia, right near the Georgia Dome. Excellent. If I know somebody else in Atlanta, I can go ahead and find them and invite them as well, right? So that's how cool and how powerful the event system can be. In addition, you can search for events by, geographic events, telephone events, or internet events. So that's kind of nice filter. So that's how powerful the event system can be. And remember, the two main primary goals of this event system is, one, to make sure you can invite people that they opt in and get reminders. Remember, 1 hour, 1 day, 1 hour, and 15 minutes. They get reminders by email 1 day, 1 hour, and 15 minutes prior. And if it's a geographic event with a mapping, they'll get a map with their reminder so they can't get lost. So that is a very fast overview to the event section. We will be loading the corporate events into the system and all those type of events in there so that you can make sure that you can cross-invite to them and make sure you can promote for everything and you can be in the know of all these events. A lot of people ask me, does this connect or interface with my phone event system? No, it doesn't. Does it interface with my PC event system? No, it doesn't. But it is a self-contained system where everybody can see it. You just come here, you use the reminder features. You can't miss it, okay? The last thing I want to show you about events is this. You know and I know that the key to the business is to always attend events, and that even means the conference calls, the weekly calls, and things like that. So I want you to make sure you know that you can go ahead and tap into these things by simply hitting the attend button. And by hitting the attend button, okay, it'll ask you, do you want to receive reminders for these alerts? And the answer is yes. And so what does that mean? So when you attend a meeting, conference call, webcast, or anything that's in here, the app will remind you 1 day, 1 hour, and 15 minutes prior so that you don't prospects. It is also about you. And look at that. You are now 5 Links Regional and receive reminder alerts. So I love this. So I just want you to know that the event system is there for you to make sure you're reminded of events. It's there for you to create your own events. It's there for you to cross-invite and attend other events and invite other people to other events. And it's there for you to stay in the know of what's going on with 5 Links in your team, okay? So that is the event system. It's a very, very powerful system, and it's a great way to make sure you can build your business, because I have found that in my 20-plus years, if I got good at just two things, which is one, piquing interest and stirring the pot, okay, and inviting and attending events, if I just did those two things on a consistent basis, my business would always grow. So I hope you like that events presentation. Get into it, work it, have fun with it, and enjoy using the app with the event system.